Look, I need all of y'all to stop disrespecting Indiana. And this is what I mean by that. One of the worst things about the way Alabama lost is the terrible, and I do mean terrible, takes uh, that has led to the diminishing of Indiana's win. Indiana is well coached. They are incredibly disciplined. Like, they just don't make mistakes. And they have good, not elite players that are highly motivated and make good football decisions. When you combine those three things that I just said, well coached, disciplined, good players who make good decisions, you are incredibly difficult to beat. Like, it's just really hard to beat that. And that's why I say that this 2025 Kirk Cignetti Indiana team looks like the 2009 Alabama team, but instead of a Heisman running back, they had a Heisman quarterback in Fernando Mendoza. And that type of team, like the Alabama 2009 team, wasn't the most talented team. Sure, they had just brought in a #1 recruiting class, but that was a combination of some previous players that weren't the best in the nation, plus some of the players that Saban brought in. And when you have a team like that, you have a baseline of talent level that can get you places, and you have players who know how to make good decisions and not put themselves above the team, and they all work together really well. And when you have that type of cohesion and unity, you just beat people. And funny enough, both those teams are undefeated. Now, Indiana has to keep going in order to make it all the way. It is a little bit more difficult now with all the extra games, but the makeup is similar to me. So please give Indiana all their due. So when you make this about this false notion that Alabama is somehow a bad team, even though they won 11 games and was the #1 team in the SEC record-wise, and then they lost in the SEC championship game, you are tarnishing just how well Indiana played. Indiana played their best game of the year, in my opinion, and Alabama couldn't handle it. That does not equate to Alabama isn't good. That does not equate to Indiana is not as good as we think. Alabama is just bad, but that's the thought process that's going to come up when you start to say, well, Indiana just beat a bad Alabama team. No, Indiana beat a really solid Alabama team, and they really put them on their skates. What more can be said?